it's Friday? Just means we start working in the pubs. Doesn't mean a whole heap.
No.
It is Friday. We are on Go Live Day. It is live at 5 or 10.
I can't because
You've got numbers written in your hand.
no, on my hand.
Go to that. The country 5. Spawn! It is live at 5 today. We are at the end of the week, end of our videos, and we are all happy. I think everything's in great shape, actually. We've been flying along this week. Very, very busy here in the offices. We had the Irish Whiskey Society bottling shipping last week. We've the Loch Mass going on now, literally as we speak.
Yes.
We're getting the auction ready. We have the Dunvilles coming to us early next week.
We had a drinking session on Wednesday.
We had a drinking session on Wednesday in Boan.
Summer solstice.
We've been busy little bees.
We have.
Yes. And it just never stops. And it's great. Thank you.
Yay.
Charity. I'm going to ignore the elephant in the room. She taunted me. She put up loads of jugs and said, see, can you navigate this minefield of talking about jugs?
Yes.
Because I love talking about jugs.
He does.
So I love jugs. So we strangely have a lot of jugs in the thing. So there's big jugs, wee jugs, and all different size jugs.
Yes, there is.
So we'll just park that there.
Okay.
Because you were trying to trap me into
not.
all sorts of
I do that,
innuendos and get me into trouble with the people out there, because they're always saying that my smuttiness and my innuendos, and there was people who commented on that.
I know there was.
And you know what my answer to them is? If you can't take a joke, off. Start this end. So this is one of the staff in Cologne said that they would like to raise some money for charity as well as part of their thing. Those of you that don't know, the Cologne staff were given some bottles of a limited edition. It was only done for them. It was only done for the staff and supporters, the key supporters of Cologne, so the staff. And it was called Joe Hill. It's a 1-year-old spirit done by Brendan. He has asterisks and words that are crossed out and everything on the label. That's just Brendan and his compliance with not calling them casks. I thought it said in bourbon something else that I can't say out loud, but it was just casks, so it wasn't too rude at all. But the Joe Hill, as I said, the staff members were given these bottles. They asked me, would we be happy to list some of the bottles for them so that they can literally turn it into money?
Yeah.
I said, absolutely, we'll do it for you for free.
Yeah.
Whatever money is raised, literally 100% of the money goes to the staff in this. So we're really happy to support them in that. But in addition to that, one of the staff members said they'd love to raise some money for Parkinson's, Sinead, and Dementia Northern Ireland. So there are 2 charities. So there is one of the Joe Hill bottles that is a charity bottle. Please go that wee bit further on that one if you can. Any of the keen supporters out there of the Cologne project and the staff that literally help Brendan create what he creates down there, and do some magic work. But also them ones are for charity. And there's a bottle of Famous Grouse 1992 vintage malt whiskey as well. So that's for charity as well from the same staff member. So support that if you can, please. Aside that, it is a bottle of Dunvilles. This is the Irish Whiskey of the Year 2022. A 21-year-old Palo Cortado finished cask 1197.
Budgel number 1.
Budgel Ivrahin.
There you go.
There's me even going one further, Katie. It is a very special bottle. It's the first time that Dunvilles have won Irish Whiskey of the Year. It's hopefully they're going to win it a few more times. They came close a couple of years. I mean, they were literally kicking the door in a few years, but this year they finally won it. It is 53.2% ABV. As I say, that is bottle number 1. You can see it there on the edge, 001. That is raising funds for the Kevin Bell Repatriation Fund. And those of you that don't know what the Kevin Bell Repatriation Fund is, it was a young guy. He's from the area. He's from the Newry, the border area. and unfortunately he died in tragic circumstances abroad, and the family just ran into the obstacles that families do in trying to get their loved one home, and they sort of said, look, if we can help other families with this, and they set up this fund, and it's been great. I know there's been lots of evidence or lots of cases where they have had to intervene and they've supported families. I mean, the cost of doing it, but just even the infrastructure and the expertise that they've built up. I mean, again, you imagine something like that happening, and you know, the bereavement in itself is significant. And so then how do you go about dealing with the logistics of that, the foreign parties involved, you know, the families, if there's coroners, if there's anything like that, and it's a stressful time. And I mean, any support that you can give to these guys is great. So if you're not in the running for the bidding for the bottle, please see, can you throw them some little fund? It's the Kevin Bell Repatriation Fund. It is one of those ones you never know when you're going to need it.
Well, that is true.
I mean, our particularly where we live in Kilcurry, how many young fellas and young women have gone to Australia and to, you know, Canada and all these round the world places. We all know somebody who's emigrated to try and make a better life or just a bit of life experience.
And you just don't know what's
going to happen. You just don't know. So it's one of them ones that I think if you can help them, do help them.
Yeah.
People ask me a lot of the time about the charity thing, and they're going, oh, it's this, it's that. Why wouldn't we do the charity thing? Why wouldn't we raise as much money as we can for charity?
Yeah.
For a very good reason of, you just never know. You never, in all of the circumstances, in all the charities that we, you know, cancers or you know, depression or whatever it is, raise money for charity. If you are in a position in your life to raise money for charity, do it. I don't care who you are. There's people out there who can't. Their life times are tough for themselves. But if you are in a good spot, do it. Because
I've been supporting Urban Artists for over 15 years.
Kitty, you've been supporting me for 25, bet.
True.
There's a charity case on its own. Or is it the other way around?
We don't know yet. No.
Speaking of charity, bottle number 1, Redbreast Dream Cask.
Yep.
She's a biggie. She is a biggie. It is, again, for better or for worse, Dream Cask attracts attention. There is a gentleman who has bottle number 1 of all the previous other years, ish. And, I mean, for me, it's a absolute wow collection. I mean, for years to come, to own that is going to be significant. But I know lots of other people have expressed interest in it as well, so it is going to be interesting to see where it lands. Is it going to be the last year of the Dreamcast? Is it not? There's all of that up in the air at the minute. I mean, it's going to be an interesting one. It really is going to be an interesting one. You know, that's number 6 now. It's a nice little bundle. It'll be a nice one to have.
Tie it off with a wee bow.
Tie it off with a wee bow. Au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. Slán lát.
You just don't know.
But that is raising money for the same charity as it was last year. It's the Birdwatch Ireland. Birdwatch Ireland. Yes. Okay, Birdwatch Ireland. I was thinking it was something to do with birds and jugs, and I was going to all sorts of weird places.
Yeah, you were just distracted
and
by
I
the
was
jugs, weren't
distracted.
you? Yeah, I know. I could see the wee hamster just going, let's talk about jugs. But he's not allowed.
You put them up. Look, you like, I mean.
But they're pretty.
I know they're pretty, but I always think jugs are pretty.
Well, these particular jugs are lovely, and they're in the auction.
And they are in the auction. They're a bit of everything. There's Connemara's, there's Scotches, there's Bushmills.
This is a
there's
lovely
a
one.
One. That Macallan one is lovely. Yeah, there's a lot of detail in that. In the parish of Knockandoo.
I'll show you the other side as well.
And it's got Macallan on it. It is a nice one, actually. It is a nice one. The Shamrock one is lovely. I don't know, it's a bit weird. And you can see, is it that one? I was photographing the black and white one. But it's got that, you know, the crackling in the enamel. There's a word on it. I can't.
Yeah, I can't think
hazing or
I can't think of it either.
Hazing or something like that. No, hazing. Is that not where they beat interns or something like that. Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
don't
in
know what
college,
that
yeah.
is.
No,
college.
that's
It's
That
something
is
paving or
beautiful.
passing or I don't know. Anyhow, whatever it's called. That's
Look,
it.
that is just so cute.
It is a cute one. It's a big jug. Are you sure it's not a big?
It's a picture.
I was thinking something beginning with P, and for holding jug like as in urine.
It's not a pea jug.
You sure?
Yes. It's certainly not a pea jug. It was probably like, you know, for like the wash hand basins that you had the water put into the basins to wash your face and stuff, but not to pee in.
That'd be an awful doozy of a mistake to make, wouldn't it? Somebody peed in it and then you wash it.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be nice. No,
That'd
but
be ranky. Yes. I don't know who did that. What's wrong with people? Why do people do that? I've gone off jugs now. It's alright, I've reformed.
okay.
Jugs mean nothing to me anymore.
Until tomorrow.
Exactly. So that's it. That's the charity bottles, the jugs, firmly dealt with. The T-shirt today is the greatest wee pub in the wee county.
Yes, it is.
I had to finish off the week with a pub T-shirt, and so where else could you go but JJ Sheehy's?
Yeah,
Huh?
exactly.
That's it. We will be there all weekend, standing, smiling.
Yes.
I mightn't be polite.
No.
No, I'm not notorious for that, but I'll be there if anybody wants to call up and see us. Yeah. And so that's it. Well, as I say, live at 5. Keep your eye out for a few different things we've changed on the website. If you have any notes or if you're going on holidays when you're doing your checkout, you can put them in now. We'll get notified about that. The items that if they've no bids on them at 7 o'clock, they're going to stay open until the last active items are closed or until they receive a bid and are taken out of the no bid section. That'll be interesting because I think people will find a few bargains there at the end, and if they've got 3 bottles and they'll say, Asha, I'm paying for another bottle, I'll throw another bottle in the thing, I'm getting it for 20 quid. It makes the shipping cheaper and everything else, so that's it. Until next time, I know Sinead has a few plans for me to do wee videos and to try and be...
Well, as long as you're the one doing them, I don't care.
Oh, baby, you have to be there beside me.
Don't have to.
Right, that's it. We're done.
Yes.
Good luck. Best of luck in the auction live at 5. Bye.